This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
A very warm welcome to all the viewers and my beloved lecturer in Chinese. So this is a task of problem-based task given by him for the subject called ethical hacking. We, as the team members of 4, have been given this task to execute, and me, Darwin Danraj, Jason Raj, Harish Krishna Reddy, and Kishan Rao would be performing this task given by him, but with the intention of purely ethical. So it is purely an educational purpose video. Let's jump on to see what is the task given by my lecturer to execute on it. So we are working as a cybersecurity consultant. So we are given the task to reduce risk related to any cyber attacks. We are required to do scanning methodology that include check for the live system, check the status of ports, service identification, banner grabbing or OS fingerprinting, vulnerability scanning and covering tracks. Check for the live system, check for the status of ports will be done by me, service identification and banner grabbing or OS fingerprinting, operating system fingerprinting would be done by Jason Raj, and vulnerability scanning would be done by Kishan Rao, and covering tracks would be done by Harish Krishna Reddy. So let me jump into my task, check for the live system. So basically I do have two operating systems. One is Kali Linux and one is Windows 10 provided by Microsoft. So let me start my virtual machine first, which has Kali Linux. So let's go into VMware. So I do use VMware Workstation 15 player to start my Kali Linux. So let me click on it. Let me enlarge the screen. So it takes some time to boot. Right now, it is asking about the username. If you altered, you have to choose the altered username and password. If not, it would be default password Kali Kali. So let us log in, and I would like to enlarge the screen. Yeah. Okay. Right now, to execute, to check whether the system is live or not, I have to get down my IP address. To check out the IP address, I have to go to the terminal emulator for Kali Linux, and we call it as command prompt line, which is similar like command prompt line for Windows. So we would communicate with this with command line. So let me check my IP address first of all. So I'm going to use the command of ifconfig. So I able to see that my IP address is 192.168.56.128 and my subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and there is also broadcast IP address as well. So right now I'm going to jump into more details. So I'm going to give the privilege as administrator in this Kali so that I able to see the system is live or not. So I'm going to enter the command of sudo-i. So it requires password that you use before even logging into the system. Similar, the password would be similar. And yeah, message from Kali developers. So we are entering the developer mode already in this Kali Linux. So right now I'm going to ping my address. So fping.g let me type it again, fping-g with my IP address 192.168.56.128. So let me enter. There are lists of commands that would help you when executing these operations. So right now, to check whether the system is only live or not, I just have to ping my address, ping 192.168.56.128 and enter. So as you can see, there are processing from the IP address, and it's keep on doing it. And it states that it means that the system is live, and it is also communicating. So basically, I have said for Kali Linux. So let's jump into the most operating system used by in this world, which is Microsoft Windows 10. So let me minimize this, and yeah. So this is my host operating system. So let us jump. Before we jump into the command prompt to give instruction, we have to check out what is our IP address. So rather than I'm going into the command prompt and finding the IP address, let me state you how to find it in control panel. So it is more easier for you to check out. So let me go into the settings. After entering the settings, select network and internet. After you have entered this, right, you would see your network status and so on. Okay, let's right now finding my IP address. Okay, this would state your public IP address, but this is not we are finding for. So let's check other thing, view hardware and connection properties. So right now we can see the network devices, network card usage, which have been in my laptop. So such as Ethernet, local area connection, Ethernet 3, and yeah, IP address varies for every single device for the network card. Example like VMware and so on. So VMware, just now I used um, 192.168.56.128, but it varies for my host. So I'm connected through Wi-Fi. As you can see beforehand, it states that I connected with Wi-Fi. So for the Wi-Fi, my IP4 address is 192.168.0.197/24. Okay, so this is what my host IP address, and it varies from the Kali Linux as well, as it use different network cards. So I have found my IP address. So right now let's jump into the command prompt. Command prompt. So let me enlarge it. So right now we have seen our IP address. So let me ping 192.168.0.197. So it is pinging my result. So let us see. Send packet is 4, receive is 4. So the loss is 0. So it means that my device is live. And let's right now see another task given to me, which is, okay, let me close this out. Check the status of ports. So to check the status of ports, I'm going to use my Windows, which is Microsoft basically. So Windows 10. So let me go through it. So I'm going to enter the prompt of netstat -aon. Okay, as you can see, clearly it was so quick, so fast. So right now you can see my protocol and local address and the ports listening and process ID for every single thing. So this is the ports that was listening, and there was some established as well, and some of it was closed, and some is established, and some is closed as well, as you can see, and some are you're able to see different patterns of it, and some doesn't have this much information. And yeah, this is might be due to closed ports due to some reasons that my Wi-Fi provider doesn't want to reveal and so on. So the security has been tightened a bit, but still we able to see other changes. So if there is a vulnerability in our system and if we can gain access through these ports we are using, we want to gain access to our device, we have to see what are the ports open and how we can take advantage and so on. But we are doing this in ethical manner. So I hope that you do understand. So for ports, just enter netstat-aon command to just check on your ports, and to check on your system is alive, ping your IP address. That's all from me. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there, my name is Jason Raj, son of Edward. Now, in this video, I will continue to do the scanning methodology that includes service identification and banner grabbing OS fingerprintings. So, I will be using the Kali Linux as the visual machine for the demonstration. This will be the Kali Linux main interface. First, let's start with service identification. In short, what is service identification? It is a purpose to identify the target underlying OS as well as the services running on the TCP or UDP ports. First, click on the terminal in the Linux. Now, we have to type a syntax for service identification. So, nmap space slash capital A slash IP address. So the IP address, let's try again. Okay. Okay. So nmap slash A space slash P and slash IP address. So the IP address is the IP address of the VMware. Okay. So we have to wait for the starting of nmap is running on the background. So we have to wait. Okay. Okay. Now, as you can see, the OS is up. Nmap scan report for 192.168.60.1. So the IP address for a VMware for this machine's IP address. So the OS is up. Okay, then it shows the port, the state, service, and version. So as you can see, the ports are 135, 139, 445, 808, 920, 912, and all these are the TCP ports, and all the ports are open and their services with their version. And it also shows the host script results. So this is the way how to find service identification. Next, banner grabbing. What is banner grabbing? Banner grabbing is a technique used by hackers and security teams to gain information about a computer or a computer system on a network and service running on its open port. A banner is a text display by a host server, contains details like software type and service running in a system or server. The same definition for the OS fingerprinting too. So in the terminal, we will continue in the terminal now. Type nmap space /s v space / version / internship space 5 space godaddy.com / p space 80. So it is a syntax for banner graphing. Once it done, it shows the nmap scan report for godaddy.com, and 2081.109.192.70 is the IP address for godaddy.com website, and those is up. Okay, it shows the DNS record for the particular website IP address, and it shows the port, state, service, and version. So the port is 80 TCP, and it's open, and it shows the service. So we use that particular IP address, and we use a different syntax for banner graphing. It's called telnet space IP address of the godaddy.com. So by the connection is closed by foreign host, it means like this type of syntax can't run because the particular website have closed their port. So we can't see more details on that. Now for OS fingerprinting, let's try a different syntax. But this time we are going to do the OS fingerprinting for my VMware for a Kali Linux. So nmap / O with that IP address. Okay, the TCP IP fingerprinting for OS scan requires root print, and it's quick. Okay, because it's not showing because my ports are closed and it needs root privacy. It's okay, we can use a different syntax to get the OS. It's called cat space etc/OS release. Okay, once we use this, we can get what is the name of this machine, the ID, the version, code name, ID like, DNSI color, home URL, the supported URL, and bug report URL. So this is called OS fingerprinting. OS fingerprinting is the operating system fingerprinting, which to grab their information. So I've done that against my own Kali Linux, and I've get the OS fingerprinting. So let's try another one. Host name CTL. So this is also a syntax used to grab OS fingerprinting. So it shows the static host name, Kali, icon name, then machine ID, boot ID, solution, OS, what type of OS, what is the kernel, and artificial. The architect. So this shows all these are the ways to get OS fingerprinting. So OS fingerprinting and banner graphing, there's a lot of ways and lots of tools. What I've shown is a part of OS fingerprinting and banner graphing using certain syntax in Linux.
Hi. So as you all can see, I'll be doing the vulnerability scanning. So as you all know, we have to install and then go into the web page of Nexus Essential and login. So that's all from the different sets. So I'm just going to show you how to scan the vulnerabilities. So let's go. Let's start. So I have already created my username and my password. So once I have logged in, this will be the first page. Okay,
So, and then you can see the interface, and I have done scanning before. So now I'm going to do a new scan. Basic, there are many. So I'll just use the basic network scan. Okay, this is going to be my PBT. So, and then what is the description is vulnerabilities. And just vulnerabilities scanning. Okay, and I'm just going to put in my scan. Okay, and my target is I've just put what is my IP address in Google, and then I got my IP address. So I'm just going to use this. Okay, just as a sample, right? So just going to use this, and then I'm just going to save. Okay, and y'all can already see we will have it over here, PBT. So I'm just going to launch it. So since it will take some time, I've already do the same method, and I have done the scanning way before, just now, before doing this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through what is it going to be. So this is just going to show all the, this is the host, okay? And the vulnerabilities, VPR top threat, there's none, and history. So when we scan, okay. And if you all can see vulnerabilities, this is it already scanned and it's already showing us ICM, PTAM, Nexus scan, Nexus, and there will be, if there are more vulnerabilities, they will show more. So if we can even have more details on it when we press, and we can check it out, what's the description and everything, they will give you in detail if you have any kind of what is the information that we need. So I think this is an complete and a basic scan, network scan. So, and then like it will be scanning and all those things. So that's all from my side. I think next my friend will continue and explain more about what we are seeing. Okay, thank you.
So now I'll be continuing with covering task. So let's go on. So we have to go into our search tree and search for common prompt. So run as the administrator. So it'll ask whether you want to change, allow anything this device to change, press yes. And then you can see your common prompt interface. So now type in audit tool /get/category and include, press star and then press enter. So now we can see that account logon is no auditing and the system is no audit. So now I'm going to enable it. So enabling it, this is the command audit wall /set/category equals to system account logon success enable field enable. So press enter. So the command was successfully executed. So now we must check whether it was successful edited or not. So edit for audit calls /get category, the same command as just now. Make sure all your command is correct, don't have any mistake. Press enter. So now we have seen our account logon is success and failure, and our system is success and failure. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it back to its original. So I'm going to fill in another command. So the command is audit call /clear, make sure command is correct /y. Enter. The command was successfully executed. So now we're going to check on it. Audit call /get/category equals star. So now press enter. So it's back to the original. Account logon no auditing and system no auditing.
That's all from us, from my team. Thank you for listening and watching our video. Thank you.